behind the days. Okay, hey guys.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to a weird mini episode of Behind the Desk.
Mini.
I'm Luke.
I'm Mel.
And so we felt the need to do a little mini episode here before our second episode comes out on Thursday due to an issue going on in our industry.
That's rampant in the world.
I guess it's not just our industry, but anyway, there's some stuff that's coming out apparently that's gonna rock the industry a little bit, and we felt the need that we should say something to some degree on this. So this episode's only gonna be about 10 minutes long, and we're just gonna go through some stuff real quick. We're not gonna say names, we're not gonna say companies, and Mel and I are gonna try and watch each other, obviously, and like how we respond to this, and be very careful because this can kind of fall into maybe hurtful or negative, like a negative spot pretty quickly. Anyway, so we're gonna try and be good with that. Remember, we love everybody. This is not meant to hurt anybody, but we do want to hear your thoughts on this as well. So anyway, without further ado, we're gonna jump into this. So basically, there's a whole ordeal going on right now in the industry with sexual harassment and stuff. And yeah, so we're gonna just kind of tell you how we feel and some opinions, and yeah, I don't know, Mel, talk. Say something. Also, this is hard to talk about, so anyway.
We all know what happened, and I think one of the big responses that we've been seeing before Audition Update was shut down for maintenance was that this is something that's not new, especially in our world, and it's not new in the world, but it's definitely not a new situation, and it's something that has kind of been an open secret, which is upsetting on so many levels that no one has come forward before now if it's been such an open secret. And I am saddened because I feel like a lot of young actors and young impressionable people think that this somehow has to be part of the game, and to succeed or be relevant in this business you have to play this game.
Sure.
And within this game comes very gray areas, comes a lot of blurred lines, and as young impressionable and old impressionable and just all around emotional humans, we don't know which line is not to be crossed.
Right. And also the game is again, it's not just our industry. This crosses all industries. It just seems to be a particular, I guess you could say, more accepted thing within our industry, and it creates a lot of gray lines for sure, and blurred lines, and I guess it's
well, it's hard in our industry, especially because the arts and theater and performing is such a raw emotional place that you can be in during and the whole concept of auditioning is giving a part of yourself to someone else for them to judge and objectify in a positive or negative way. And I think that that's where the lines get blurred, especially because you don't know, it's hard to separate yourself from your craft sometimes. Sure. And we do, let's be real, sell our bodies and our look in this industry, and that's what you're giving to a room. You're giving your energy, you're
product,
giving your heart and your soul and all those things when you walk into an audition. And so the lines are blurry, and we see a lot that these lines are crossed in friendships and then in relationships, and then it's like, what is the line and how do we make a definitive cut? Because it's not like certain casting directors or directors or anything can't have relationships with actors, but it's very difficult to differentiate what relationships are okay and which aren't, and how we're human and react humanly without upsetting and destroying chances.
Yeah. And also, I just disclaimer as we're talking about this, we generally are trying to just come at this from a place of love, and we don't want to come across that we're victim shaming at all. because everybody's voice deserves to be heard in this in these types of situations. And I think it's really hard when you're just discussing it in general, and we're talking about like these great lines and things like that, to not come off sounding like we're trying to victim blame.
Well,
it's just like
I don't think that's where this is going at all. I'm not saying anything about the people who say anything. That's not what this is about.
Right. No, I'm just putting that disclaimer out there.
In the industry, there's this power that is easily given and that we respect to a degree.
Right.
And I think we're coming at it as young actors who don't know the line.
Right.
And if you don't know the game, you don't know.
Right.
You don't know how to play it, or you're either not a part of it for X amount of reasons, and then if you are a part of it and you're thrown into this game, and the game is you blur the lines, or you do things a little differently, or you treat people a little differently because of their positions of power. And to navigate that as a young professional who's honestly just trying to give your best talent forward, but then there's this game that's also incorporated that you see happen every day, or you're a part of every day. It's really hard to go home at the end of the day. So I think we're coming at it to just tell you that we get it. We understand.
Yeah, I think that's a good way.
We understand that this game is happening. And I wish we could do more to fix this game, but we need to put a voice to it, and that's the most important part, is there needs to be a voice, and there needs to be someone saying, this is what's happening, where do we go from here?
Yeah, and I think...
And that's why this has all been brought up.
Right.
That's the real issue, is this is happening, we're acknowledging it for the first time in a very long time, which is wonderful. Now where do we go? Where do we build? Where do we fix? Where do we change? Or can it be changed? Can it be fixed? And we want your opinions on that.
Well, and also, I think we need to take a moment and commend, I guess we'll see how it goes. There is a forum being held tonight, I think.
Tonight? December 4th?
I think so.
December 5th? Is it 4th? I don't know what day it is.
By two different organizations.
4th.
Anyway, to try and open up a conversation amongst the entire industry, essentially, trying to address the issue head on, which I'm happy that that's a thing that's been organized. It seems to, people want to try and make progress with it.
I think it's the voice that needs to be heard. We all need to know, and you need to know as a person and in our industry that your voice will be heard now.
Yeah.
And that's the most important part.
It definitely is. And also, I think going back to what you were saying, that's important. Neither one of us knows anybody else's story or knows how anybody else feels, because everybody's had their own moments and their own experiences.
And you may not feel that there's a game to be played, and that's just our opinion.
My point is that you're not alone.
Yeah.
We've all had these experiences directly or indirectly, whether it happens to you or with friends. Yeah. It has literally happened to all of us to some degree. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know where we go from here other than keep the conversation going, right?
Always keep the conversation going. And also, if you're on the other side and you feel that, I think there's two types of people in our industry that are very uncomfortable with the game. Maybe not two types, but there's different types. There's people who are very uncomfortable with the game and play it anyways. There are people that are comfortable with the game and play it. And there are people that don't even know what the game is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Like,
for sure. Yeah.
All of those voices need to be heard.
Yeah.
And hopefully we can move forward into a place where there's not a game.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a naive way of thinking, if that's a very innocent
way of looking at it.
But I mean, if we're not hoping for that, what are we doing? We can hope,
right now,
and I hope that with being the people that will one day be in these positions of power as our careers progress, and hopefully that's mostly our audience, people our age, and as we grow up in this world and we hear all these different voices, that they can be that they can be changed, and that the game can be changed to a different kind of game where everyone's comfortable and everyone knows how to play.
Yeah. I think that was great. We're almost out of time. We got 20-30 seconds left. So I guess we'll send it off.
But please tell us what you think.
Yeah, we're gonna send it off.
It's not a two-person conversation.
We really just wanted to put this blurb out there because we believe we have a platform. We want to say something. I don't think it's right for us to not at least say something. And we know this is a really hard thing to talk about. But we threw out the idea of possibly doing this as our meat topic of an episode in the future, so that we could dive more into it. And it would be great before that happens to actually have some response from people. That way we can talk about some of those responses. Obviously, that's anonymous, but we would love to hear from you. Email us lukewarmmelon@gmail.com, or stop and talk to us if you see us. We'd love to get some stuff.
And on a positive note,
Hit us.
Keep auditioning, keep your head up,
That's
keep
right.
spreading your talent and your love and your light, and we'll all get through it together.
That's
I think
right,
is
we
the
will.
end goal.
Spread love. All right, y'all. It's time to wrap it up.
Good night.
Behind the desk. Thanks for listening. Peace.